Saying you came here to kill Alistair?
I wish. I want him dead, like most of the people in this town do. But now is not the time. And you can't kill him either, Chris.
Why not?
Because you would be sacrificing your life. You and Sheridan have a future together, and I don't want to see you lose that. Sheridan doesn't deserve to lose another love.
You're right. Sheridan can't afford to lose another person in her life. Do you think you can hear us?
Alistair, if you can hear us, it's okay to let go. It's time. Go to the light, Alistair. Go to the light.
Except in his case, the light is probably the flames of hell. Bastard. Why can't you just die?
Well, as long as he stays this way, he can't hurt anybody else. I come in here sometimes just to make sure.
You truly hate him, don't you?
I never knew I had this much venom for another. I started to say another human being, but he's not human.
Rachel, how did you ever become involved with him? Weren't you supposed to marry him?
Yes. I was very young and very innocent. And in the beginning, he was wonderful. He was rich and powerful, even charming. His generosity was amazing. He was so romantic. Just made my head spin.
What happened? Why didn't you marry him?
I woke up. I was living in a fantasy, a romantic dream. And it finally turned into a horrendous nightmare.
Rachel, I haven't known you for very long, but I find it hard to believe that you even considered marrying a monster like Alistair. How did that happen?
I was young and somewhat naive. It took me a long time to realize who Alistair really was. The fact is, I felt sorry for him. He was so needy, as though he had been deprived of love as a child. So when I showed him any kind of kindness or affection, he became obsessed with me.
And that didn't put up a red flag?
No. At that age, most girls are thrilled when someone shows that intense devotion.
So when did you realize he was a monster?
Alistair, what's he...
I was so stunned by what I saw, I almost fainted.
I'm so sorry, Rachel. That must have been a terrible thing for you to have seen.
It was beyond painful. After I'd gone downstairs to tell everyone that the party was canceled because Alistair was ill, I went back upstairs, and then I changed my clothes, and then...
Come in.
I sent everyone home, and now I'm leaving.
Leaving? To go where?
Anywhere away from you. I'm not gonna marry you, Alistair.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course you are.
Don't you be ridiculous. What's come over you? I don't even know who you are. And I obviously cannot live the kind of life that you want me to.
You will never be allowed to leave me. Never.
The next thing I knew, Alistair's goons were there, locking me up.
Welcome to your new home.
And that's when I realized that Alistair intended to keep me hidden away, a prisoner for the rest of my life.
No one would come looking for you because they all thought you were dead.
That's right. No one even knew the cabin existed at the time. And I was in a room that was well hidden. Alistair brought me newspapers that told me of how devastated my family was about my death. And eventually I came to realize that I would never escape that place. But then something happened that changed all that. I knew I had to escape or die trying.
You said that something happened that motivated you to escape?
Yes. Alistair had delivered a newspaper to me announcing his marriage to Catherine. I became enraged. I was pounding on the door. I tried to kill myself with a plastic knife that they brought with my meals. But my jailer was there in a heartbeat to bandage me up, to let me know that it was pointless for me to try to escape. I don't know, I became numb. I just gave up. I knew that there was no way that I could escape. I wanted to die, but he just kept me prisoner for years.
And no one tried to help you?
Most of the time, the only person I saw was Otto.
Now, Otto's the guy that Sheridan thinks is helping keep Beth and Marty hidden.
Yes, Otto was blindly devoted to Alistair. But there was another person, a cleaning woman. Sometimes Otto would let her clean my room without supervision. And she let me know that Catherine was suffering from Alistair's brutality. I was so enraged. I wanted to help Catherine. So I begged the cleaning woman to help me. And finally she did. She gave something to Otto to make him sleep. And then she left my door unlocked. And I was able to run away.
Good God. Whatever happened to her, the cleaning woman?
She was found dead soon after that. They said it was a heart attack. Alistair had her killed. I know he did, but I can't prove it.
So what happened to you after you escaped?
I went to the mansion and confronted Alistair. I had a knife. I was going to kill him. But then Sheridan, who was just a little girl at the time, she came in and she didn't know me, but she just knew that I was going to hurt her father. So she grabbed a letter opener and she attacked me. She just wounded me a little bit, but Alistair was able to convince her that she had actually killed me, only he made her believe that she had killed Catherine, her real mother.
So up until the time that Catherine reappeared, Sheridan actually believed that she'd killed her own mother?
Yes, and once that lie was exposed, he had to come up with another one, so he made her believe that she had killed me.
Well, how did he handle you that night?
Well, after Sheridan attacked me and he had the servants take her away, he had me drugged. When I woke up, I was in some prison by a sea. I never was sure where I was, really. Chris, that reminds me of something important. I might know something about where Marty's being held.
Well, what is it?
Every time Alistair would come to me to taunt me, to drive me crazy, I would scream at him about how much I hated him. He would always smile and he would say the word Kamakeke.
Kamakeke?
Yes, Kamakeke. That's the key, the word. I've got to get to Sheridan.
But what does it mean?
Just get me to Sheridan.
Okay.
What is it, Aunt Rachel? What have you remembered?
I was telling Chris that when I was held hostage, I would tell Alistair all the time how much I hated him. And he would tell me that he could send me anywhere in the world, but I would never be out of his reach.
And he would always say Kamakeke.
Come on, KK, what does that mean?
I don't know, but it could be a place.
It might be the place where Alistair's hidden Beth and Marty.
Father loves intrigue, so it could lead us to something. Oh, Chris, this could be it. We're getting closer to Marty. I can feel it. Please let there be a match for this Kamakeke and let it lead me to my son.
Kamakeke. Crane database must be huge.
It is. But if there's a person or a place with such a name, it'll be in here somewhere.
It's found something.
What is that? What's that number? Wait a minute. I think that's a coordinate. I think that number's a key to a location.
You're right. And it's got to do with a place called Kamakeke.
Which is where Marty is. It's gotta be. We're gonna find my son.